Hello friends, this is Satvinder from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I am a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today, again, very excited because today I'll be sharing with you the complete details of a most awaited program. This program is called Caregiver. Entire details I'll be sharing with you because IRCC has just provided all these details to you. I was the only one who was telling that details are not available, details are not available. Please wait for the details. Do not speculate. But everyone was doing that speculation. Now the details are available. Now you can see the real picture. So I'll be sharing with you all this information. But before that, very small request. If you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips, tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. Please press the bell icon so this comes to you immediately when we upload. So without further delay, let's move on to the very important video, which is about the Caregiver program. Now, the Caregiver program is coming with the new name. First of all, the name. The new name for this program is HCWIP. HCWIP means Home Care Worker Immigration Pilot. So this is an acronym, Home Care Worker Immigration Pilot. Each word has a significance. Home, it is preferred to have in the home setting. Home Care Worker Immigration Pilot. Now, this program is opening next Monday and the date is March 31st. 31st March 2025 and timing is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time EST. Applications will close when the cap is reached. Very clear, they said that you have to submit the application online via portal, and if the cap is reached, you cannot submit, it will close. So this is the first very important information, when it is opening, what time, and remember it is Eastern Time, ET, Eastern Time. So Eastern Time is the time where we are. I am in Toronto, that time I am talking about. That's the time they have provided. There are two parts of this program. The two parts of this program are childcare, HCWIP childcare, HCWIP home support. There are two parts of this program. Now, within each part, there are two streams. These two streams are workers in Canada. You are already in Canada, workers in Canada, and applicants not working in Canada. So this program opening on March 31st is only for workers in Canada. You are in Canada and a worker here. Remember, the status has to be worker. So the worker could be a LMIA based work permit. The worker could be a person who has an open work permit, PGWP, a vulnerable open work permit, any type of open work permit or closed, but it has to be on the work permit. Applicants who are back home in India or any other part, any other country other than Canada, are, for them it is not open. So that's pretty much clear. Now, the quota. The total number of people invited are 5,500. So the breakdown is 2,350 people will be invited within Canada and 260 is the alternate format. 125 is online and 15 alternate format. This is for the out of status people. So that's the childcare. For home support, same identical. You have 2,350 people. They will be accepting the application online for them, and out of status 125. Total 5,500. So that's the number. Total applications will be accepted. 5,500 will be accepted. So question is who can apply? That's a very important question. Who can apply? So as I've already mentioned, you have to be inside Canada on a worker status, not on a student status. Well, there is a gray line in terms of visitor, but students clearly they said no. If somebody is on a student status, study permit, they cannot apply. Worker status inside Canada, you can go ahead and apply. And what are the requirements? So here are the requirements. You plan to live and work in Canada outside of Quebec. This is not for Quebec. Meet specific requirements of the stream you apply. There are two different streams. I have already told you, childcare and home support. So if you are applying in the childcare, your experience and training has to be in the childcare. If you are applying under home support, your experience and training has to be under home support. So meet specific requirements, language requirements. Then the next requirement is education requirement. I'll go deep into this, but for now, language requirement, education requirement, work experience or training requirement, and job offer requirements. And you have to be admissible. So you cannot be inadmissible for this. You have, that means the criminal check and other medical inadmissibility should not be there. So those are important things. Now let's look down into each category. The most important, first of all, let's start with the language. Language, the requirement is so simple. The last possible requirement is there, and this is CLB 4. In all the streams, writing, reading, listening, speaking, you can do either English or French. So if you do English and you plan to take IELTS, there are other tests also, CELPIP and PT is there. But if you plan to do IELTS, you can see in reading, you need 3.5. In writing, you need 4, listening 4.5, and speaking 4. That's the lowest possible level. So you need to be IELTS ready. You need to have IELTS in your hand. You just can't wait for 31st. So previous experience, which we have for years, we can tell you this just gets done in flash. So it's more like an hour or 2 hour kind of thing, maximum. So you have to get everything ready beforehand. And language is one of the mandatory requirements. The next requirement is your education. Education requirement, it has to be equivalent to Canadian high school or diploma holder. And if you have done it from Canada, you have done grade 12 from India and done your diploma from Canada, you don't need VAS. But if you have other educations, your education is outside of Canada, then you need ECA, Education Credential Assessment, ECA. And an example of that, there are 5 different agencies, but the VAS is the one which is most popular. So you need to have VAS in your hand to go ahead and apply for this. The next requirement is the work experience or training requirement. The important word is or. You can have either or. You can have work experience or you can have training. So when we say work experience, it has to be 6 months. Remember the word 6 months of each word is important. Please, 6 months continuous full-time work in last 3 years. So each and every word is important. 6 months of continuous, you cannot have breaks. Full time, when we say full time, it has to be minimum 30 hours. Relevant. So if you are applying under the child care stream, you cannot have a home care experience. So home support experience will not help you, and vice versa. If you are applying under home support, you cannot have a child care experience. So relevant experience, past 3 years, continuous full time, the experience has to be minimum for 6 months, or you can have a training which has to be completed in the past 2 years. The training, and remember, if you have done any kind of online training, they don't consider it as a training. So these are important things: work experience and training. Work experience, I have to go deep down into the work experience. Let me talk first about the childcare category. So in the childcare category, the experience has to be as a home childcare provider. 44100 44100 is a category, and if you are doing any kind of foster parent experience, that's not counted. So early childhood assistant, early childhood educator, and daycare teachers, supervisors, the experience is not counted. Very clearly mentioned, it is not counted. Now, let us look at the HCWIP, the second category, which is home support. Let's look into that. Home support, your experience has to be as a home support worker. 44101. Now, here, another important thing I want to share with you: home support worker and the job duties of a home support worker, and PSW. PSW is your nurse aides, patient support, patient service associates, personal support workers. The code for personal support workers, the 33102, the job duties are pretty much identical, but personal support worker is available in the express entry. It is tier 3, whereas home support worker is tier 4. It is not eligible in the express entry. So that's a key difference. Duties are same, more or less same, but tier is different. And if you have worked in the long-term care, any kind of long-term hospice, long-term care, if you have worked in an institutional setting, you may be eligible. That is the word it is written, you may be eligible. So your work experience will be counted 33102. If you are working as a PSW, your experience will be counted. And either you should work as a home support worker or PSW. Now, what does not count as a work experience? As I have already mentioned you, if you are a full-time student, your experience is not counted. If you are self-employed, it doesn't count. Periods of unemployment, you have not worked for 3 months, 4 months, that period is not counted. And if you have long term sickness, and not just sickness, if you have a maternity or any other kind of leave, a long term leave of 4-6 months, that is not counted. So remember what is counted, what is not counted in a work experience. Now comes another important part, which is job offer. So when we say job offer, home childcare pilot, childcare job offer. When we say childcare job offer, it has to be from a person, either the home or a business can be there. Preferably, I'm using the word preferably, from a household. And because the name itself is home care worker, right? So it has to be preferably from a home, but definitely it cannot be from a daycare. So remember the word, if somebody is giving you an offer from a daycare, it is not counted as a job offer. And same is the case with a nursing home. If you are in the location can't be a institutional setting, a nursing home cannot be a long-term care. Your experience in the long-term care is counted, but job offer from a long-term care, a nursing home, is not counted. So these are very important differences I want to share with you. Job offer It has to have a hourly wage. It has to have duties written. It has to have the requirements written. It must be genuine. And employer must be able to meet the terms of the payment. They should have the capacity to pay. I many times tell you this, that they should have the capacity to pay. And wage requirements. The wage also they have clarified, IRCC has clarified, must be job banks median. Either job banks median you should exceed or meet. If the median is $20 in, so median varies in every region, in every province it varies. So if the median is $20, you have to meet that median or exceed. If the median is 20, you can have it as 20 or 21. You cannot go 19. An example I'm taking, employer requirements. So employer must have the CRA business number. Employer can be a private household and employer can be a business. So there are very small things still which are there, and again they are case specific. Uh, of course, there are differences between the current program which is launched and the previous one. The key differences between the current program and the previous program are, first of all, this is a direct PR. No more work permit. You will not be getting a work permit. Only available for people in Canada. Right now, this is available only for people in Canada. Out of status, people are also given an option. That's great. So quota based system, they have given the quota. We will be taking this much applications. That's it. And one important thing which they have clarified, they will be doing, because lots of people have this issue that it takes time for these kind of applications, but now they have said faster processing as compared to the previous caregiver programs. So this faster means between 6 to 10 months. That's what the government is telling. So again, as I said, there are small things. Each and every case is different. Your situation is different. Your personal circumstances are different. You need to discuss your case with us. More than welcome. You can book an appointment and you can do the appointment in person. If you want to come to my office, it's in Brampton, or you can do it over the phone or on the computer Zoom call. You can do that. So if you plan to come to my office is in Brampton. Address, email ID, phone number, everything is shared right here with you. Very important. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.